Hello and welcome to Gentle Yoga. My name is Vincent. Please feel free to make any modifications you need to take care of your body, be safe. I'll be offering a lot of different arm variations, so feel free to do them lower or in front of you. And change anything that you need to be safe. So we're using a few props today. But you don't have to use them if you don't want to. So we have 2 pillows, just normal pillows. And then if you have a yoga strap, great. Or you can use a belt, that works great. And then also just like a blanket is great too, okay? So let's start standing, slight bend in your knees. Your feet right under your hips, a little tuck to your tailbone, and we'll just sort of tap on the outsides of our legs and the insides and the outsides and the insides and the outside of your leg. Okay. And the inside and the outside. And then the back of your legs. Good. And then your tush. And then right below your rib cage. That's a nice place. And then some light tapping on your stomach, low ribs, chest, and then let's go outside of our arm, inside, outside, and inside, and then outside of the other arm, inside, outside of the other arm, and then inside, and then you can make little blades with your hands and sort of give your neck a little karate chop. Good. As you swing side to side. Moving your back a little. Good. And then you can sort of massage your neck a little bit. Try to let some of that tension and stress go. And then you can do kind of like little raindrops on the top of your head. Good. And then let's swing our arms just back and forth, like this. Already thinking about your breathing. Then you can swing from side to side and still thinking about your breathing, trying to connect to your breath, and you'll probably be moving quicker than your breath, but still sort of thinking about how you're moving. I like to imagine my shoulders as like coat hangers here. And you're kind of just swinging the coat hanger back and forth. Good. And then so you're just going to do a little fist on your chest back and forth. This is called beating the drum. So the same action back and forth. Like this. With just a little beating of the drum. Good. Here, back and forth. Still breathing. And then take your arms down, bend your knees, and up, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale. Good. Now, I'm just gonna have you come to a comfortable seat. So, I think this is a great place to use the pillows, but you don't have to. So, any place that will be comfortable to you, you can either sit like this, ooh, right on your tush, yeah, and the pillows kind of give you some nice height. You could sit in a chair, you could sit on your shins, yeah, really any place that would feel comfortable to you. You could even lie down for a few minutes if you'd like to. So, just come to a comfortable place. You can look down or close your eyes, whichever feels better, and then just bring some attention to your breath. So just sort of notice how you're breathing, check in with your breath. Are you kind of holding your breath in any way? Try to like relax your breath and just breathe a little more freely. And just breathe in and out, nice and relaxed. And then if you'd like, you can add to that the full yogic breath or the dirga breath, where you expand your belly, your chest, and then your upper chest as you inhale, and then release that as you exhale. And then as you continue to breathe, you can add to that the sound of the ocean, or the ujjayi breath. And this breath is nice sometimes because it can help you to remind yourself that you're breathing. So if you like forget, then if you listen to yourself, then you'll know that you're breathing. Yeah, so, which is a good thing, yeah. But just sort of adding to that, the ocean breath. starting to bring attention back to your surroundings. You can take a nice big yawn or any stretch you like. You can kind of move your hands around, scrunch your face up, open your face up. You can stretch one leg out or the other leg out. Okay. And then let's take our head to the front and then over to the right and just sort of gently stretch the right side of your neck. You're welcome to find any angle you'd like, so you can either just stay right side or you can go a little angle front. If you'd like, you can add a little weight with your hand. And just breathe here for a moment. And then take your head to the front and over to the left. And we're just going to take a gentle stretch over, to the left side. Yeah, so just gently stretching the left side of your neck here. Good. Breathing, taking some nice deep breaths. If you'd like, you can add a little weight with your hand. And then you can roll your head to the front and just gently stretch the back of your neck. If you'd like, you can add weight with your hands. And just breathe here. Try to open up the back of your neck. And then when you feel ready, let's start to just gently circle your head around. Maybe as your head goes back, you can inhale and then exhale and inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale, and feel free to go at your own speed. Yeah, so don't feel like you have to follow my timing. And you inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. And then let's move our feet out slightly, and we're just going to curve over and exhale. And then bring your nose back up to the sky, inhale. And exhale. Good. Really trying to articulate through your spine and creating some nice smooth motions that are connected with your breath. Good. And then keeping both sits bones on your mat or on the pillows, let's arc over to the side and then take your head to the front and then over to the side and back up, and then the other way to the front, and then over and back up. And now you can do that same thing again, or if you'd like, you can add an arm. Yeah, so your arm comes over, then you arch forward, and then you go to the side and back up, and then you go over and forward and side and back up. Good. And you could maybe inhale and exhale just finding a way to breathe that works for you. Good. As you move. Good. And then let's arch to the side. And you could stay right here, or you could take your arm up and over to the side and just breathe as you try to get a nice side stretch. So if you're mirroring me, you should be stretching the right side of your body. Good. And then you can reach up again, and you can go the other way, and then you can take this arm up and over your head and stretch out. Now be the left side of your body if you're mirroring me. But you can, whichever way is good. You can mirror me or not. Here, just breathing. Trying to keep your shoulder down. Your rib cage is still in and relaxed. And just breathing. And opening up the side of your body. Good. And then let's exhale and go into a cat back. Inhale into your dog. And exhale into your cat. And inhale into your dog. Reaching your fingertips really long away from you while keeping your shoulders down. Good. Shoulders down. Good. Here. And then you could keep on going between your cat and dog in a seated position. Or if you'd like, you can take the pillows to the side. And then I like to use a little support under my knees and tabletop. So I think that's a great idea. And you can go on your wrists, or you could go on your knuckles, whichever works better. And then just sort of sequence between a cat back as you exhale and a dog back as you inhale. And cat here. And dog. And cat. And dog. And cat. So try to make sure that your shoulders are right above your wrists and your knees are right under your hips. And that everything is really nice and lined up. Good. Then let's come to a neutral spine and let's just press into the floor and separate our shoulder blades a little bit. So our back will come up a little bit higher. And then let your shoulder blades come back together. Separate your shoulder blades and then let them come back together. And then one more time, separate your shoulder blades and let them come back together. Let's try that 2 more times. Yeah, so separate your shoulder blades, let them come back together. And one more time, separate your shoulder blades and then let them come back together. Great. Now, I'd like to go into a gentle down dog, but first, this isn't a great pose for everyone. Yeah, so some other options include a nice child's pose. Some people like puppy pose here. And some people also, a great alternative would be just knees to chest to get a nice hip stretch, yeah? But I'm just trying to do a gentle inversion, yeah? So, and we'll do other inversions too. So, we're just gonna bend, we're gonna tuck our toes And then really think about spiraling your elbows, making sure that your shoulder blades are on your back. And then we're just gonna bend our legs, send our hips to the ceiling, and really think about taking your hips far away from your shoulders. And just breathe here for a few moments. You can kind of pedal your feet a little bit if you'd like, or move a little bit if you'd like. And just think about getting really long between your head and your tailbone. And really thinking of your shoulder blades sliding towards your tailbone. Great. And then let's walk our feet up to our hands and bend forward here. And I just want you to kind of relax your back. So option A would be just to let your head relax down like this to get a gentle stretch here. And then if you would like, you could come into a little lower with your hands on the ground. So whichever works for you. Breathing here. You can try to straighten your legs a little bit and send your hips a little more to the ceiling. Good. And then bend your legs, curl your tailbone, and roll all the way up. And then let's inhale and kind of roll through your spine a little bit. So inhaling on the way up maybe, and exhaling, good. And inhaling, and exhaling, and inhaling, and exhaling, and inhaling, and exhaling, and inhaling, and exhaling. Good. And one more time back up. Let's hook our hands behind our back like this. You can also take a belt and hold the belt like this and work your pinkies towards the ceiling. And just think about opening the front of your chest, yeah? So really keeping your tailbone down as if you have a heavy dragon tail. And really opening your chest here to open up your upper body a little bit. So just breathing. Good. And then let's take your left arm across your chest and just breathe here for a second. Really trying to keep like a great alignment, keep everything in great alignment. Good. And then let's switch arms here. Switch to the other side and stretch the other arm. Good. And then let's switch and stretch your left tricep. So you can either hold here or you can hold above your head, whichever works better for you. Yeah, so this kind of works better for me, but everyone is different. Yeah, so here's great. And then switch your arms. Good. Or you can go above the head if you'd like. And just gently stretch your right tricep. And then let's just sort of sweep the arms to the side and do a little prayer. Good. and back out, and down. Bend those legs maybe in between, good. And pressing into the floor. Arms come here, and back out, and down. One more time, to the side, and bend those knees, good. Back out, and down. Maybe actually one more time, good. And to the side, and here, and back out, and down. Good. And let's place our hands on our hips. And let's pick up that left leg and step it back about one leg's distance behind you. Yeah. And you can adjust it closer, further to make it more, vigorous or more gentle. So you can find a position that works for you with the arms. Stay nice and strong. Really try to keep your tailbone pointing to the ground. Keep your rib cage in. Keep your core really strong. Shine that back knee to the ground. And then you can take your arms to the side and then twist over to your front bent leg first. Good. And then you can twist this way and then twist towards your back leg. Twist back to the front. You can take both of your arms to the front again. Really breathe here. Stay nice and strong and stable. Feel where your weight is on your feet. Try to keep your rib cage in and breathe the whole time. Breathing is important. Good. And then let's place our hands back on our hips and then step back to 2 feet. Let's just sort of shake everything out a little bit. Good. You can circle your wrists or kind of shake your hands around. Good. Move everything around a little bit. Good. Perfect. Alright, then let's do the other side. So bend both your knees a little bit. Pick up that right leg. Step it back about one leg's distance behind you. And then find an arm position that works for you. Good. And then we're really going to think about keeping our torso nice and square. Really keep your knee right over your ankle. Keep your ribs in. Keep your tailbone pointing down and towards the ground. Really use your core muscles to stabilize you. Good. And then you can take your arms to the side. You can twist towards your front bent leg first. And then twist back to the front. And then twist to the other way towards your back leg. And then twist back towards the front. And then take your arms out to the side, taking nice deep breaths in your warrior position. Good. Getting ready for your day. Good. And then let's take your hands back to your hips and come back to 2 feet. Let's turn towards the side, yeah, and then step your legs about one leg's distance apart. This could be a nice place to kind of put a pillow or a blanket on the floor in front of you. It'll sort of like trick you into thinking you really love the floor and you really want to go deeper into that stretch. So it helps, good. So place your hands on your hips and then let's go into kind of a long table top type position, and then let your back relax, and you can take your hands to the blanket, yeah, where they're gonna feel nice and comfortable, and just sort of let your back drape down, stretch the backs of your legs. You can do any kind of like hand position that you feel would help you, yeah. So find a place that would help you. And then just breathe try to take your weight a little bit forward so you're not leaning too far back. And breathe here. Try to keep weight on the outsides of your feet. You might feel a little bit of a stretch here when you do that. Good. And just breathe. And try to relax. Take some deep breaths here. And if at any time you feel like this is, oh my god, I'm done with this pose, then feel free to come out. Yeah. And you're welcome to stay here, or you can stretch your spine out nice and long, and you can come all the way back up to straight. So if you'd like, just a nice alternative for that would be just sort of letting your head relax down. Yeah. We're trying to stretch the back of your body in that position. So, you know, if you don't want to go into that deep of a position, that's fine. Yeah. Let's take both of our feet right under us. And then let's come onto the toe ball mound of the left foot. Turn out that left foot. And then take it into your right ankle. You can either stay right here for a Trikonasana tree pose, or you can come to your calf, or you can reach down and bring the foot up and above your knee. Yeah, you just don't want it on your knee. Yeah. So find a pose that works for you for tree pose. You can experiment with different arms. And a wall can also be really helpful, or a piano. If you need a little support, yeah. So find a piano or a wall or something, yeah, to help you. Good. And then take your, arms out or wherever you'd like, and find a nice place to focus on, and breathe. Great, and then bring your foot back to the mat. You can kind of circle your feet around. One foot might feel a little different than the other, and that's okay. Let's come back to 2 feet and come up onto the toe ball mound of the right foot. Turn your right foot out, and then take your right foot in to your left ankle. Good. You can either leave it here, you can come to your calf, or you can reach down and bring it above your knee. And then just find a place that works for you, and breathe here. Keeping your core nice and strong, and just breathing. Good, and then when you feel ready, you can bring your foot back to the mat, and then give yourself a nice pat on the back. Yay, good job, you did it. All the standing postures, I think. Yeah, I think we're good. Good. Okay, then let's go up. You're going to the mat. Good. And, oh God. Sorry, keep on going. And, sorry, I just wanted to. Technology. Okay, then go down to your mat like this, or any way that feels comfortable to you, And then you can kind of like scoot your legs to the side, sit on one hip, and then bring both of your legs to the front. Good. So, the first pose I'd like to do is boat pose. This is a very challenging pose. If all you want to do is this, that's great. Yeah, because this is actually just sitting here with your back straight. That's really hard in and of itself. Yeah. So you can do that, or you can lean back a little bit, and you can start by like kind of experimenting with picking one leg up and the other leg up, maybe both legs and letting go. So just experiment with a few different options, and then let's try to find a place that is challenging for you, and let's hold it for about like 10 seconds. Yeah. So actually, we'll hold it for 5 breaths. Yeah. So you want the pose to be like, don't hold this, because then you'll be uneven. Yeah, so you could hold this for like 2.5 breaths and then switch, but you don't want to like only work one side. Yeah. Okay. So then, let's go. Ready, set, and go. Good. And breathing in. Good. And then bring your feet back to the ground. You can either roll down onto your side, or if you'd like a little abdominal challenge, you can try to roll down to your back as slowly as you can. Good. Bend your knees, bring your heels right under your knees, and put your hands to the side, and then on an inhale, let's press into the mat and bring your hips up into the air. Stretch your knees really far away from you and try to think of your spine as nice and long. Let's hold this for 5 breaths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now start to lower to the mat, starting at the top of your spine and slowly sequencing through your vertebrae. Good. Now stretch your left leg along the floor, step your right leg to the right, and scoot your hips a little bit to the right. You can also bring your right leg to the center of your body. Good. Place your, this is your left leg. Yeah, good. So you can bring your left leg to the center. Good. Place your foot on your thigh, and then cross your body, and just sort of gently twist. Good. You can take this arm to the side. This arm can act as sort of a gentle weight on your knee. And then you can look over to the right. So it might be a little bit different if you're mirroring me, but I think a lot of you have practiced this pose before, so you'll be okay. And breathe here. Pay attention to your body. If anything doesn't feel good, maybe back off a little bit, or don't do it. Yeah? And you can pick any twist here that works for you. So any kind of lying down twist that would work for you. And just sort of try to melt into the floor. And then let's gently untwist your spine. Bring your foot back to the mat. Bring your hips back to even. And then stretch both of your feet out along the mat. And now let's bend your left leg. Step your left leg over to the left and scooch your hips to the left. And then place your left foot on your right thigh and let your left knee drop over to the right. Good. And you can use your right hand as a little weight on your left knee. And if you'd like, you can look over to the left, gently twisting your spine. And just sort of try to breathe here. And then start to gently untwist your spine, bring your hips back to center, and then stretch both of your legs out nice and long. You can either roll onto your side and then work your way up to seated, or for another abdominal challenge, you can take your arms to the ceiling and then try to curl up to your spine. Hopefully not like that. And then come to a nice seated position. Good. So let's stretch both of your legs out nice and long in front of you. I'm actually going to show this the other way because I think it'll be easier. So just take your right leg, cross it over your body, and pull your right knee really close into you. Yeah. So if you mirror me, it'll look like this. Yeah. So we're hugging our right knee into our body really closely to us, and we're getting a good stretch in the right side of our tush. Yeah. Good. And then place your right hand on the mat, and then start to spiral around your body to the right. Good. Looking behind someone as if they're calling your name. And trying to breathe here. Trying to keep our head right over our hips. Good. And our spine reaching really tall to the ceiling. And then when you feel ready, gently untwist your spine and come back to the front. And then you can kind of circle your feet around. And a nice slump asana pose. Good. Ow, my feet need to be circled around. Good. Circle them around. And then we're going to take our left leg and cross it over our body. Yeah, so we'll be sitting nice and tall. We're going to take that left leg, cross it over our body, hug it really close into us. You can use your hands or your elbow, whichever would feel better. Yeah. So really hug it really tight into you. And then when you feel ready, you can place your left hand on the ground and then start to spiral around to the left, looking behind you as if someone is calling your name. And then when you feel ready, spiraling around back to the front, you can take another nice Shavasana pose. Circle your feet a little bit. Circle them the other way. And then slide down onto your left side. But actually, before you do, make sure your strap is close to you. So slide down onto your left side. Oops, sorry. Good. And we're just going to hold on to our right foot. Yeah. Or if you'd like, you can actually use a strap here to kind of help you stretch. Your quad. Yeah, because this can be really helpful for people. Yeah. So if this is an option for you, or you can hold right onto your foot. And just sort of gently stretch here. Breathing. Taking nice deep breaths. Trying to bring some length into your quad muscle. And really just trying to breathe. Good. And then gently taking your strap off of your ankle, rolling onto your back and onto your right side. So find a position that will work for you. Lying on your right side, and you can hold a strap or hold right onto your foot. Yeah, so whichever would work better for you. So gently stretching your left quad. Breathing here. Trying to keep your pelvis very square. And taking some nice deep breaths. Good. And then let's roll onto our back and then pull both of our legs into our chest just for a nice stretch. Try to keep your low back on the ground. Good. And then you can place your right foot on the ground and then you can take the strap and place it around your left foot and stretch your leg all the way to the ceiling. Good. And you can hold the strap with both hands or one hand, whichever works for you. Really try to think about the back of your leg getting very long. And think about your toes coming a little bit closer to your face. It might take 300 years for them to get there, but it's still it's all about the process, right? So we're breathing. Nice deep breaths. Good. And then bend that leg, undo the strap, and then let's just take the strap around your other foot. So whichever foot you haven't done yet. So that would either be your right foot or your other right foot. Good. So then we're going to lie on the mat and we're just going to gently stretch the back of your leg. Good. Make sure you have a good grip on the strap so your leg doesn't go flying. Good. And breathe. the back of your leg here, keeping your hips nice and even, sliding your shoulder blades down your back, taking some nice deep breaths. Noticing what you're doing with your face. Are you tensing your face up? Just try to relax it. Great. Bend that leg and bring it back into your body. You can take both of your knees close into you if you'd like. You can do knees wide. Place your hands here for like an inner thigh stretch, or you can even do here if you'd like. You can do happy baby. I'm going to just offer a pose called supported fish pose if you'd like. Some people might do this for a longer period. We're just gonna maybe stay there for maybe like 10 breaths, yeah. But if you'd like, you could stay longer. So what you do is you take, I'm just using normal bed pillows, but you can really, if you have like a yoga bolster, that's great too. But you want to place them the long way, and then you want to find a height that works for you. You want your head to be fully supported by the pillow, and you want your sacrum not to be touching the pillow, but like close, but not too close. So you can experiment with different heights. The higher it is, the more like opening it will be for your chest. But just find a place that works for you. So I'm just gonna place the pillow like this, and so I'm sort of making like a T. But then you can just sort of lie back onto the pillows and let your arms relax to the side, and then just stay here for a few moments and breathe. Good. So just taking a few nice deep breaths and breathing in and out. So if you'd like, you can even double the pillows up, and then you'd have a little more height. You shouldn't be feeling any compression in your spine. It should just sort of be like a relaxing pose. Good. And then when you feel ready, you can remove the pillows from under your back. And then I think it's kind of fun for a moment to kind of lie back down on the mat and then see if you feel any difference. So I feel a lot closer to the ground, which is kind of cool. It's just different. And then let's work your way into any position that would feel comfortable for you for Shavasana. And I'm also going to offer today a legs up the wall pose for Shavasana. This can be sort of a nice relaxing pose that has a lot of nice benefits. Yeah, so kind of lie here, like you'd be against the wall like this. I think this is a good way. Yeah, so lie against the wall, and then you can take your feet up the wall like this, and then scoot your tush right into the wall and just sort of relax here. You can find an arm position that works for you. And just breathe where you are. You can also place pillows under your tailbone if you'd like. Yeah. And just sort of breathe here. And we're going to spend a few minutes relaxing in any Shavasana pose that feels good for you. So you stay right where you are. I'm just going to check and see how I'm doing on time. But just breathe. Relax. Take some nice deep breaths. Try to melt into the floor a little bit more. And breathe. Try to pay attention to your breath. Kind of see how you're feeling. And then you can either keep on focusing on your breath, or you can just take your attention into breathing and relaxing and staying nice and calm. Yeah? Good. So we're gonna stay here for maybe like 3 or 4 minutes. And then we'll come back together at the end. If you'd like to stay longer, feel free. You can just pause the video and stay longer in Shavasana and then join us at the end. So whichever feels better to you. Good. start to move your body in any way that feels natural to you. So it could be circling your wrists or your ankles, or turning your head from side to side. You can take a nice big yawn or a stretch. And then, when you feel ready, start to work your way up to a seated position. Any place that feels comfortable to you. And then you can close your eyes or look towards the floor and just sort of check in with your body and see how you feel. How do your feet feel, and your calves, your knees, your inner thighs, your quads, your hamstrings, your hips, your lower back, and your middle back, your upper back, your shoulders, your neck, and your arms, your elbows, your wrists, your fingers, and your scalp and your neck and your face. Good. And let's just take a nice deep breath in. Two more times. And feel free to join me in the sound of Om. Om.